Hey, what up, everybody? Happy Friday to you. Last Friday before the election. In 4 days, clock is ticking. Anyway, I just want to talk about this new information that popped up today about Walmart temporarily stopping the sale of firearms and ammunition due to whatever unrest, riots, or whatever they're saying it is. I didn't really read a whole bunch on it. I just know that they've pulled the firearms and the ammunition from the shelves, shotgun shells and everything apparently. And part of me wants to believe that, but I also know for a fact that there's a lot of Walmarts that are preemptively getting out of the firearms game altogether. Matter of fact, there's one by me is completely getting out of the firearms business once this current stock is gone. They were slashing prices on firearms a month ago. They're putting them on the shelf and immediately slashing the prices. So, man, a lot of us have been talking about this for a long time. That I even put a video out on that particular Walmart and said, man, if you need a firearm, get your butt up here. All these people complaining about there's no guns, there's no shotguns or rifles or whatever. It's not true. There was firearms available for the better part of 6 to 8 months. Before last week, before this weekend. I went to an academy yesterday 10 miles from my house that had probably 10 to 15 handguns in the under the glass. Some rifles, some shotguns, some tactical stuff. Had some 45 ACP, had some 7.62 by 39, had some 40, lots of 22. So, there's stuff out there. It sucks that people don't listen and jump on things when the opportunity is there, because hell, if Walmart's getting out of it, there went probably a third of all firearm sales in the United States. Just a fact. But that's a little concerning to me. Honestly, that was one of the few good things that I would go to Walmart for, was like shotgun shells and hunting calibers. A cheap gun now and then if you ran across one. I do buy some groceries there, probably more so there than any other store, but I try not to limit myself to them. But I think there's some writing on the wall there too. I think Walmart, the way they've kind of been drifting with all the political reaction and positioning that they've done COVID and everything else, I think they're probably leaning towards getting out of the firearms and ammunition business altogether. I think they're just slowly backing off of it so people are conditioned to, not look for it there anymore, quite honestly. I wouldn't surprise me at all if Walmart were to completely get out of the firearms and ammunition game. It wouldn't surprise me a bit. I think it would suck for a lot of people, but hey, like a lot of us said, you should have been buying all this time. So you don't have to be rich to buy ammunition and firearms, okay? You just got to be smart about it and pick your spots. Cut back on some other things that you waste money on and buy some things that are important that can preserve life, preserve your freedoms, protect your family. But yeah, it's a crazy deal. And this rioting and looting going on in Philly, that's a major city, man. They weren't even bashful about it, man. They have no mask, just walking around right on camera, don't give a damn. Pretty brazen. But I guess that's what it's come to. And, if they're willing to do that kind of criminal activity in, broad daylight or, right on camera under the lights without any kind of, masking or anything like that to conceal their identity, they're not really too scared, are they? So I think it's something people better start paying attention to. And if you run into something, you better assume it's not a drill. And I hope you're prepared to handle it. At least if you can't handle it, you need to be prepared to take flight. And I hope you can do that on a quick, impulse determination, because you're not going to have a lot of time to make some decisions if something goes down around you. But yeah, here we are, last weekend, people, before the election, and I'm holding out hope that Donald Trump's going to pull this thing out and fast. But I don't know. Part of me wants to really believe that he is, and then part of me is under the impression that it may not come to fruition. I hate to be a downer, but I'm just kind of being a realistic, voice here. Again, praying that everything goes smoothly and it's a very decisive victory. But with that comes chaos and things that are going to go down that are going to be certainly dangerous and not good for the majority of us. So be prepared to, hunker down and ride things out, because you're a lot better off if something goes down, in a mass scale, that you don't have to leave your home or wherever it is that you're staying. If you're in a hotel, maybe you're on vacation, you're on a work trip, man, you need to be able to have some stuff with you in case some stuff goes down and you can't go anywhere. With COVID numbers creeping up, hell, if you're across state lines, you may get caught in a damn lockdown on your way out. You have to go back and stay where you were. It's hard to say. I mean, it's just a lot of balls in the air right now, and a lot of instability and unknowns, and being that it's probably going to take days and weeks to find out who the winner of this election is. I would probably guarantee some type of chaotic event or events to transpire along the route there to get to that point. So really hoping everybody has been paying attention and stocking up and filling those holes in their preps and keeping their gas tanks full, buying those propane tanks, getting the medications refilled, getting your food and water and all that jazz. Sure is nice not to have to go to the store and fight it out with these people if you can keep from it, because there's no telling which way this thing's going to go. And it's just, I wish we all could be the same and prepare the same and have the same budgets for things. And you don't have to be rich to prep, like I said. You just got to be smart and frugal, and pick things up when they're at the right price. Like now, if you're trying to buy guns and ammunition now, I mean, it's just not, unless you do have some deep pockets, it's going to be pretty difficult, most likely, especially with what Walmart's doing. Anyway, try to stay positive, keep your ear to the ground, keep your eyes open, know what's going on around you, same old stuff. Don't expect to be able to go to the store and buy what you've been buying, on a moment's notice before the election. Expect things to be hard to find, because if what I'm reading about the shutdown DC movement and Antifa is going to come to fruition, expect supply routes to be blocked for a long time. They've been preparing just like we have. So I'd certainly much rather be us than them, but nevertheless it could be an obstacle. So I really hope everybody is well off, and at least if not well off, somewhat better off than they were. We all should strive to help each other and educate one another to get better, and have a clear mind and a clear direction on what it is we need to do, and what we need to tell our families and all that stuff. So I wish everybody the best. I hope you have a great weekend. I want you to fill up those holes in your preps. I want you to fill those gas tanks. I want you to make your final preparations and be prepared to watch the news and survive this thing. Everybody be safe. Stack it deep. Long live the Republic.